It's about 7:10 in the morning of the 18th of February 2001. This is what's left of the snowman that was made the other day. Right now there's a gigantic blob of what weather.com purports to be snow and or light wintry mix. If it happens to be nothing, then I'll feel kind of stupid for getting up this early and making coffee to not actually document really anything at all. Now, this is the predictive model of the weather.com there. Well, wouldn't you know it? It's doing something. It is doing something. It's around 8 a.m. right now, and well, it looks like we are experiencing a bit of additional weather here. Yep. A little bit of additional weather here. To be careful because it's still kind of icy. So yeah, we are getting some additional weather here. I could not say as to whether this is going to create the same kind of kerfuffle as the weather that occurred the other day ended up causing, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, there is more weather here. I'm standing on icy patches as I speak. That's not good. So what appears to be coming down right now is what I refer to as sneet, which is a strange little transition period between snow and sleet. Now, what can be loosely described as Dippin' Dots falling from the sky, unflavored Dippin' Dots, will soon turn into actual flakes, and then things get a little more interesting after that. Now, this is all part of a system that is supposed to be around until about 3 or 4 this afternoon. As you can see, it's already starting to accumulate on the top of the buildings here, and who knows how much this is going to actually accumulate. It's not nearly as cold as it was the other day, so am I expecting this to stick? Well, not exactly, no. It's I would say by this evening, much of what's coming down right now is going to be gone. But I'll check in about another half hour to see how much of this stuff has begun to accumulate and how likely it is to stick around. It feels like the wind is picking up, so the volume of this could increase rather rapidly over the next hour or so. Whatever the case, I'll be here to document it, and well, it's not nearly as peaceful as it was the other night because, well, there's a lot more traffic out right now, so I hear a lot more traffic out in the distance, and of course the birds are out, and probably not overly thrilled about what's going on right now, since normally they're used to the weather approaching what I refer to as pre-spring weather. Under most normal circumstances, something like this just can't happen because of the climate and the general weather patterns that one could expect from year to year. I don't know. I have more words than my brain is able to process right now, and certainly more words than I'm able to put on on camera right now. But well, anyway, I'll keep you all posted as the day develops. I certainly hope the power doesn't go out. Okay, I guess it's safe to say it is transitioned from sleet to full-on snow. So I'm back out here doing my thing, doing my little documentation thing. We have got Winter Wonderland again in full effect. So I'm without words at this point in time. It's like I just said on Twitter. This now I have an idea of what it feels like to live up north and just a winter weather pattern of the sort, just holding static over an area for a period of time, instead of just being a flash in the pan like it normally is around here and just disappear outright. So like the other day, I'm just gonna walk around a bit here and look at things. So I hope my lenses don't get obscured again like they were the other day and the other night. So I might draw a bit of ridicule here, but the thing is, I don't have anything to compare this to at all. I've got my purple toque back on. So my Canadian friends be like, "Hey, he's got the purple toque back on." Pull it over my ears a bit better. Amazing what this is. This is the first time I've been able to capture anything like this in Texas in broad daylight. Just, yeah. Every other time something like this has happened, it's been at night. I saw a squirrel run up a tree. It's like, yeah, bro, I know. It's cold out here. And it's snowing. Here comes a car. I need to get out of the way. Well, here's what remains of a snowman that was made the other day. Probably the first snowman that these little kiddos have ever made in their lives. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, really. Hard to determine that for sure. It's certainly the first one they've made in this city, in this state, in this month. It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. Oh, man. So on the old balcony just watching it snow. I just don't have any words. I really don't. I don't have anything clever to say right now other than if this keeps happening, I may get used to it snowing in Texas. So after it finishes its dusting, I fully expect this stuff to be well on its way to melting by about 7 or 8 this evening. But wow, for the time being, yeah, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. Something as beautiful as this. Something as beautiful as this. It also comes with another side to it that inflicts a lot of collateral damage, and that's certainly something that we all need to remember right now. Is to enjoy it, but with that little caveat, with that little asterisk. Just taking in the beauty of the moment, but also understand that there is a cost that comes with it. But there's a nice little crunch when I start walking down the steps here. Purposely set out to make ASMR videos, but I seem to make a lot of them by accident. There's a pleasant silence. It's not that I have anything against birds or chirping or anything like that. It's just is that you really get accustomed to hearing so many other things that get drowned out by so many other things that are always so prevalent, so common in other times of the year. Yeah, sometimes really to get a grasp of things, nature just kind of needs to shut up for a while and just let you hear your own thoughts. Certainly hear the world as it is, apart from all of the stuff, the hustle and bustle that just goes on. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine what my Canadian friends are saying right now. He's just so fascinated with that. He's just so fascinated with that, eh? And you know what? That's right. That is exactly right. I am so fascinated with this stuff. This kind of thing, it just really floats my boat. It really does. It's so fascinating on so many levels. Hey, little squirrel. Oof, jump. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh no, I don't see him. Where'd he go? There he is. Hey, squirrel. Hey, squirrel. You having fun? Don't want to get too close. Keeping him in frame as much as I possibly can. He's just sitting there eating his nut. Sitting on the tree eating his nut. His acorn. It's like, dude, it's so rude. I don't watch when you eat. I'm just hanging out here on my tree, eating my nut, eating my acorn. So, yeah. So I'm taking off now. Oh, he's still watching me. He's still watching me. What's with that crazy human? He's still watching me eat. This is really weird, bro. You're making it weird. You're making it weird, bro. So why don't you walk on off back to your place and eat your nuts at your place. Just leave me alone. Okay, Mr. Squirrel. I'll leave you alone. You have a good day now. Try to stay warm. Eat lots of nuts. Get lots of that nice natural oil so you can stay nice and warm. Cozy. Floofy thing, you. Yeah, I was going to walk a little further down there. But I don't want to disturb Squirrel. He's sitting there happily eating his acorns. So, I'll just let him do his thing. While I do my thing. Which is to entertain all y'all. Okay. I'm going to make it official. Marchmas is hereby called off for 2021. I can only say, with this unprecedented showing of February, I can only conclude and I can only declare that February, you succeeded. You did not fail. Despite despite the warm weather displayed by previous months, you did not fail. I cannot, with good conscience, carry on with Marchmas, given what I am seeing right now, what I am standing in right now, what is swirling around me right now. Marchmas is off. Tasty snowflakes. Yeah. But you don't like the snow falling on your fur. But you do like the taste of the snowflakes. Wow, just look at that. Not so much walking, but I'm standing in a winter wonderland. I'm usually capable of a clever turn of phrase, but when it comes to this, it just simply is. It just simply is. It just simply is. So the other day I said this place looked like a ski lodge. But no, this is just a run-of-the-mill apartment complex in the middle of Texas. There are no ski slopes, there are no mountains. It's just... Yeah, I just had a look at the old weather.com, and it appears as though this is going to be a system sticking around for at least into the mid-afternoon. Winter storm warning until 6 p.m. Yeah, the weather is currently below freezing, so yeah, it's gonna stick. It's gonna stick. Never in my wildest imagination would I have just flat out said, hey, this is this is a thing. This is something that's gonna happen twice in the same week in the state of Texas in February. Never would have occurred to me. Never would have thought that. Never even would have entertained the idea. But here it is. Here it is. It is currently 11:30 a.m. This stuff has been coming down for the last several hours. This consistency of the stuff is very light, fluffy. It's a stark contrast to the very powdery, very powdery, very fast-moving flakes of a few days ago. These are like very chill, very big flakes, as opposed to the very small and very powdery flakes from the other day. These flakes just kind of float down and rest on top of whatever they're floating down onto. And this stuff is so much softer under the feet as opposed to the other snow. This stuff is sticky though, very sticky. It's a lot warmer than it was the other day, so that would account for some of that. But there is the sound. Just looking at my footprint, it's hard to kind of gauge what we're looking at as far as how deep the snow actually is. I just don't know enough about snow, and I certainly have not experienced snow enough to know exactly what I'm dealing with as far as inches go. But that's what my footprint looks like. Grass out there. February has succeeded in delivering not one, but two snow events. Not just in the same year, not even just in the same month, but in the same week. How about that? How about that? That is remarkable. Doing a little more walking around here. The size of the flakes are just huge, huge in comparison to the other day. I am just being covered. So I'm not in some I'm not in some ski lodge resort. Angel Fire, Santa Fe, Taos, or any of those other places. No, this is in the middle of Texas in February. Staggering. It's amazing. And I don't want to get hit by cars, so I'm getting out of the road. So one of the things that I didn't quite anticipate was preventing my feet from getting wet. This is a warmer, slushier variety of snow that I'm walking through, and it's creating quite a bit of wetness. So my buddies up north are probably used to seeing stuff like this time of year. Me? No, not so much. Yeah, it's gonna start getting a little difficult to walk around. So I'm gonna go inside before I slip and break something, because I've already been off work enough because of all this. Don't want to miss even more days, because your boy Six got to get paid. It gets Foo Dog number 2 is wondering when the hell is summer. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But you'll be okay. Seems to be slowing down now. So I'd imagine that it's pretty well run its course. Though the system looks like it's going to be around here at least until 3 p.m., which is roughly 2 to 3 hours from now. But insofar as the volume of snow, I pretty well expect that this is pretty much the extent of it. The system has a lot more left in the tank, much more than I would ever give it credit for, and the wind is picking up. This is amazing. I've been documenting this snow since 8 a.m. Based on the slushiness of this stuff, I would say it's probably not too below freezing, which does allow it to stay in a solid frozen state until it actually hits the ground. But as soon as it does, it gets really slushy. So it's not very cold out here. it's just cold enough to allow the snow to actually exist. But yeah, as soon as it hits the ground, it becomes very slushy. In a few hours, it's going to stop snowing, and I don't have any clue. I wouldn't even care to speculate as to when I'd see this again, here or anywhere else. No idea what the future brings. But this was a lovely experience. And there are a million and one things that I could say in a moment like this. But you know what? I'm just going to let it be and allow it to speak for itself.